I've always loved horror movies. I especially love movies like The Shining and Rosemary's Baby and kind of the classic horror films. And I just thought that this was a script that had the potential for great performances, a cool concept, and something a little different from what you see in your average horror movie that you go out, to see in the theater these days. I love the environment of being kind of trapped in this lab and kind of playing with the idea of what happens when you die and what would happen if you came back to life and what could you potentially bring back with you or how would you be different? What would the experience of death be like? And these are all questions that I think a lot of people think are interesting, and it's something that really gripped me and thought, this could be a horror movie, something that's really a terrifying experience, but with a sci-fi twist and kind of a greater theme that might really resonate with audiences. When we first meet our characters, they're a team of medical students working at in a research facility at a university, and they kind of are doing these experiments secretly, surreptitiously, because there's a certain moral quandary involved with kind of playing with life and death. And so they kind of are secretly trying to do these experiments and bringing these animals back to life without the university's knowledge. And ultimately, they discover that when you bring a human back to life, there are horrible consequences. And that's kind of what they go through throughout the film, trying to survive. I think that a lot of people will come down on either side of this debate where, where some people think science is a natural thing and that these are boundaries that, are going to be crossed inevitably and, that let's do it. And for other people, life is a holy thing and, you're not supposed to be violating these rules between life and death. And when something's dead, it's meant to be dead. And that it's a defilement to try to bring them back to life. So, I think this is a film that not only is terrifying and fun to watch and exciting with great performances and great actors, but it's really something that makes you think more than some of the other horror movies that I've seen lately, and it's something that I was very impressed by when I read the script. We started thinking about what is hell? What is the version of hell? Is hell something that you make yourself, and that's something that you could be trapped in? And so what we're doing is we're taking one of our characters and we're placing her in her own personal hell, where it's the worst moment of her life just on repeat over and over and over again, and then they rip her out of that. I mean, I don't think that I would be in a very stable mental state. Our serum in the film, not only does it bring you back to life, but it actually makes you stronger and it heals you and it actually gives you powers beyond what a normal person would have. We suppose that it actually wakes up dormant parts of the brain that would allow for supernatural abilities. So if you combine this feeling of, having greater powers, the feeling of going insane from being trapped in your own nightmares for years and years and years, it's a very volatile combination. And our characters are trapped in an underground laboratory with no way out, and they're just having to deal with somebody who is very much out of control of their emotions, but with all the power to end all their lives at any time. Olivia Wilde is a truly unique talent. She is absolutely committed to her role, and she will go any place that she needs to tell the story. And so not only is she absolutely, she's beautiful and incredibly charming and incredibly intelligent, but she can be utterly terrifying, as you can see in this film. And this is really an opportunity for her to shine, because in the beginning of the film, her character is very is very likable, and you want her to succeed in her experiments, and you want her to be okay. And so this is a film where we really get a chance to kind of flip the script on her character, and she does a real incredible job playing both sides, kind of playing a light side and playing the real dark side. Mark Duplass, he is very funny and he's very charismatic, and he's a director himself and brings an incredible amount of experience, and that was incredibly helpful for me, and kind of acts as a leader amongst the group, not only in the film but also amongst the actors themselves, because he has all this experience. And so some of the moments in the film, while in the beginning of the film, he's very charming, very funny, when this tragedy strikes and Zoe dies, he's genuinely heartbroken. And, he's a very talented actor and was able to immediately draw that out of himself. I think that his relationship with Olivia in the film is very nuanced, and I think it's very beautiful and tragic. And, I am incredibly impressed with him. This is a film about a team of ambitious students who discover how to bring the dead back to life. And in doing so, they experience the horrible consequences of messing with the basic laws of nature.